Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Verb cast gets kicked off. I do want to say thoughts and prayers to the Charlie Kirk's family and all his supporters, and also thoughts and prayers to the families who are still feeling the effects of 9/11, as that is tomorrow. So thoughts and prayers to all the people that are hurting. This country is in a moment of pain right now, and of course HPL condones no kind of political violence at all. So just thoughts and prayers to all that were affected by today's events, especially the wife and kids of Mr. Kirk and the victims of the 9/11 attacks who are still reeling from it to this day. But we're here to play a video game. I know we don't like to get serious a lot, but some things are bigger than a virtual football semifinal. And I just wanted to share that before we got kicked off here in Glendale, Arizona. All right. I'm going to throw it over to KU. I hate to put you on the spot after that, but what do you think the result of this game is going to be, and what's going to be the defining factors between these two?
I think, we know it's Avery Johnson, the Heisman winner. That's really what it's going to come down to. I think Louisville just has to find a way to get a few stops throughout this game, and then when they do get the ball back, they gotta execute. We've seen this Louisville team is, they've been able to put a lot of big drives together, and they've also had a lot of mistakes along the way as well. But he really just needs a clean game with no turnovers, and if he can force a turnover or two, I think that's really how it goes in the advantage of Louisville here.
Yeah, we'll see Louisville step out back on the field. First carry will go to Brown. Burst of speed contained there by Austin Romaine. I did forget one group that we do need to also talk about, the victims of the shooting in Colorado at the school. So prayers to them as well. But back to the game. Jake, what do you think is going to be the key to victory here for Louisville? How are they going to have to come out on top?
I mean, basically, the Wildcats have a very tough defense, so from them, run the ball a lot more and don't make any risky plays in this one.
Yep. They already are facing a third down, 3rd and 4 here. Seems like all season this offense has ran through Isaac Brown, so they're probably going to look to get it to him here. Moss dropping back, and the pass is batted away. And on 4th and 4, you can go for this if you'd like, but I think the punt team will come out.
And they will.
Yeah, that is exactly the opposite of how Louisville wanted to start this game.
Yeah. So Lockett going to return the punt. Makes one guy miss and pulled down at the 32. Just a minute off the clock, and Kansas State will come out on offense. Oh, man.
Let's see some magic tree, wizard tree, whatever you want to call it, from this Wildcats offense.
What is Electric gonna pull out of his bag today? How many? What do you think the over/under on passes heaved down the field that are miraculously caught in this one?
We're going to see as there's one right there, and the ball is
one-
batted down and
That one could have been picked if
incomplete.
he was a little bit quicker with the user there.
Not bad, though, as they force a 2nd down here. And if you're Kansas State here, your whole game plan runs through your offensive line's ability to give you a lot of protection. So I'd look for a lot of blitzes here from Louisville to try to disrupt that. Kansas State, outside of Johnson and Edwards, is not very talented in the overall department. So I'd certainly think that you could play man coverage, just get away with it just a little bit if it means sending pressures. We got a 3rd down for Kansas State now on the other side of the 50.
Yeah, I think you can't give Johnson that much time. You got to get after him, because if he has time to extend the play, he's going to make something miraculous happen.
3rd and 5. Johnson now in trouble. Johnson going to take a deep shot, and Brown's
Yep.
down there, and it's knocked away in between some hands. And off of 2 tips, it's intercepted by Mack. The safety for the Cardinals comes up with a big play, and he'll take it down to the 35.
Yeah, that was one of those 50-50 balls where he just said, you know what, I'm going to heave it up here and hope my guy comes down with it. And it just, I mean, it hit off like 3 different dudes.
Oh,
and,
that's a wonderfully executed blitz there by
Yeah.
V.J. Payne, the senior safety, in on the stop on Isaac Brown. And you sort of knew that was coming. You know, first down, Louisville doesn't do a lot more than just hand the ball off to Isaac and see how many yards he can get. As Moss going to drop back, looking,
He's got the middle
has
of
a
the
man
field,
over the middle. Hurry, has a tight ends route there. Gets 25 yards, gets across the 50 for a first down. So let's see what they come out in. They stack them to the left here for a 1st and 10. Brown, RPO to the tight end. Stewart gets a couple yards, gets 3 before being pulled down. Here comes 2nd and 7. Louisville spread out 5 wide. 2 receivers stacked on top to the left. Now they're going to motion back. We have a couple guys out right. Stacked up near the line of scrimmage. Moss going to drop back to throw. Looking. He has the drag route. Stewart has a first down. Tries to hit the juke move. Makes one guy miss. And we have an injury on the play. That is Toby Obanasi on the defensive line for Kansas State. See how big that loss is as Moss going to go under center now. Hand off to Isaac Brown. Brown with a stop, and I don't agree with that as he's pulled down by the DB. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he's Isaac Brown is obviously the player to watch on this Louisville offense, and so far Kansas State done a nice job of containing him, force him to throw the ball down the field with Miller Moss.
On the out
That's a nice
route, he
little play
does
there.
get the first down. Trayshawn Hurry again on the grab. Brings up a fresh set for the Cards. Let's see what they come up now. 1st and 10. Kansas State pressing out on the edges. Moss going to drop back to throw. Looking. In trouble. Got to throw it away.
Wow.
And they're going to
call
pop
that?
him for intentional grounding there.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah, interesting.
I
I
don't know
do
about
think
that
he had
one.
a guy over there. So I don't know about that call. That's a little
The
little
game is
shaky.
just the game's weird because like it registers the button and where you are in the backfield and not where other
Moss
people are.
going to Isaac Brown. He gets 16 of it back. Isaac Brown out of the backfield in the air, just as dangerous as he is on the ground. Let's see, 3rd and 5, bunch formation. Moss with Brown to his right. Kansas State shows blitz. Has a wide open man. Lacey on the curl route gets down to the 6, and Cody Stufflebean, another injury to that Kansas State defensive front. Bring up 1st and goal. Louisville seeing if they can punch this football in. Moss makes a check at the line. Now he'll hand off to Brown. Brown fighting. Gets off Payne, but he gets pulled down by the defensive tackle. Gain of 3 on that carry. It seems Stufflebean will be all right. He's already jogging back onto the field here.
Yeah, you cannot kick a field goal in this situation. I think we got 3 downs to get it in, and I think,
I think
you
you
got to play to win
can.
here.
I don't think we can. We should say you can't. I think that this is Moss on the QB, powered, going nowhere, lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And despite that winning him a game this year, I don't quite think Miller Moss is just the guy that's going to consistently be able to punch it in from that spot. Especially really weird blocking scheme. Tried to pull 2 guards and trap a guy and just couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, I think you might as well have run a wildcat if you're going to do that there.
Yeah, I agree. So 3rd and goal from the 3 now. Miller Moss. Clock ticking down. We're nearing the end of the first quarter. Moss going to drop back to throw. Can't throw a pick. He's going to go down. Damian Ilalio, the senior gap specialist defensive tackle. And now the Cards field goal team is out. And we'll see if he can put this through the uprights, which he will do. So now it is a 3-0 lead for Louisville.
Just a huge momentum shift there. going from looking like you were having a nice drive, going to score a touchdown, and Kansas State now has the momentum after that big stop. I mean, you had them second and goal on the 2-yard line, basically. That's a big win for Kansas State.
Yeah, now they're going to line up bunch formation. We'll see what Kansas State has for a response. Johnson going to drop back to throw, has Jackson out of the backfield. The equally as dangerous Jackson, who is hit hard at the 36. But that will bring it into the first quarter. Evans with a boomstick to Joe Jackson.
Is Jake still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are your thoughts on the first quarter?
Dropping back, looking Johnson over the middle to Brown.
Thought it was a very interesting first quarter. I mean, it's definitely going to be a very defensive matchup as we're going to see. So, a lot to look forward to, and definitely going to be I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
Calling for a defensive matchup here. Johnson. Seems like this is the same play, but he just flipped it. Johnson going to have to take off, and he's going to get the first down. Gain of 8 on the play there.
It's kind of just a pick your poison thing against Avery Johnson. It's like, you come up and try to come out of coverage to cover the scramble, as Edwards here is going to get the first down on a nice play there. But you think maybe I'll come out of coverage, try to pressure the quarterback, and he finds the guy down the field. It's just so hard to defend this guy.
Yeah, he'll draw back to throw yet again. Avery got some options over the middle of the field, taking his sweet time. Where have we seen this before? The user playmaker goes to Tibbs, and he gets down to the 12 as there's an injury to the center, Sam Hecht, with some bruised ribs.
I thought he was going to hit the deep post over the middle, but Louisville did a good job taking that away right at the very end, and still got a big gain out of it.
Edwards knocked away. It's a risky play there. Could have been picked off going the other way.
I mean, anytime you see Dylan Edwards out leverage a linebacker like that, you want to throw the ball to him, but man, that guy undercut that really well.
Now Moss dropping back. He goes to the user, Gordon, and it's picked off by Louisville. Gordon taking it down near the 35, goes down at the 40, and a huge play for this defense. 2 drives for Kansas State, 2 interceptions, and Louisville takes over.
Yeah, I mean, he just threw it to the wrong crosser. The other guy that was going to the left had the guy beat for a touchdown, and he just threw it to the wrong guy in double coverage there, and we've seen this before at times with Electric. Is he will turn the ball over at times, but the problem is that Louisville needs to make him pay for these mistakes.
Yeah,
and so far they've gotten 3 points out of it. So Louisville needs to show something that they can
Louisville
score
right
here.
now. He might make a pay if he can hang on to it. And he hangs on and makes a huge grab. 3 catches, 51 yards for the sophomore receiver so far. And Louisville's across the 50 for a fresh set of downs. Moss going to drop back again. Looking. Doesn't have anybody. Going to have to throw it away. Good coverage there. And like KU said, Louisville right now has all the momentum. They've got to do something with it, though. You can't be complacent when things are going right. You got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. As Kansas State does get this ball to start the second half, that little angle screen's going to work. Isaac Brown with a burst of speed. 10-5 touchdown, Louisville.
Good screen play right there.
Just before that play started, I was thinking, I've seen so many Louisville games this year where he's done a great job of getting Isaac Brown involved in the passing game, and I was wondering when it was going to happen, and saved that play right there, and it was perfectly blocked. That's exactly what they needed here.
So Louisville out to a 10-0 lead. Kansas State needs to get on the board here. You can't turn this ball over at this point. You've got to strike here. And Joker with a comment coming in. How does DJ choke this one? Huh. Well, I think
I
that
mean,
a vote of non-confidence from the USC head coach. And Johnson going to drop back, looking.
he wanted.
He leaves the
Ooh.
tight end unmarked and Oakley
Wow.
down the sideline to the 48.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas State, they're still, obviously has been nowhere close to the start they wanted, but they go down here, get a score of any kind right before the half. They're going to get the ball back to start the second half. Still very
Johnson going
much
to
in this
drop
game.
back. He's looking.
Yeah, this is
Does he
oh my
dare
gosh.
hit?
Oh, he's
Oh
got
my
He
it
does.
gosh.
wide
Brown
open,
and
but
the
he
ball is
just missed.
loose.
Oh my
Chase
God.
Brown can't hang on through the contact. Big hit by the safety and avoids a disastrous play for the Louisville defense.
That was a dot to that receiver, and the hit by the safety just jarred it loose at the very end.
That was
Now
crazy.
Johnson going to drop back, and Tibbs on the out route there gets across the 50 down to the 46. Kansas State going to go hurry up. I don't know if I agree with that. I think you'd like to run as much clock here as possible. Dropping
Yeah,
back,
see.
looking, and that
Oh
is
my
a
gosh.
magnificent play there by that DB. He drops. He looks like he's covering the edge there. Drops off of him to get down and cover Dylan Edwards, and it ends up in a loss of 3. Although that could be dangerous
Yeah,
if Johnson sees that.
that was a touchdown there on the right side of the field. Louisville had one guy in the back right of the field covering that side of the field against 2 receivers.
Johnson, pressure in his face. He is going to have to make something
Got
happen.
him.
Dylan Edwards on the
Dang.
wheel route out of the backfield. He gets inside the 10, now down to the 4.
This is something that we've been wanting to see from Kansas State, so glad to see that they are moving the ball really good right there. Great pass.
Yeah, Electric just has such great vision. Even when he gets out of the pocket, you think he's going to look to run, and he's always keeping his eyes down the field.
You can't turn this ball over here if you're Kansas State. You got to punch this in for some points. Johnson looking.
Got him.
Johnson, does he throw it? He does, and the contact jars the ball loose.
It was just a tick behind him. Yeah, if it was out in front of him, I think that's an easy touchdown.
2nd and goal. Dropping back, looking. This is
That's
some
somebody
more
on
good
Edwards.
coverage by the
Oh,
Cars.
my
Dangerous.
And he went for Edwards, and lucky that though falls out of bounds. If that had been on target, been picked.
I think Kansas State needs to come out in some type of bunch formation here and get like some type of mesh route or something going against this.
So they come up with 3rd and goal, ball on the
Yeah,
4.
Dylan Edwards.
He might
Got him.
have a man. He makes a good throw to Oakley, and Kansas State's on the board. Oh, we're going for 2 here.
The coach suggested it. I don't know why exactly they suggested it, but
Well, now he's in
if he
trouble.
doesn't-
Does he hang on? No, he does
that's
not.
just
And that
not
is a
great decision.
bad decision by Electric Days as Louisville hangs on to a 4-point lead.
Yeah, I'm not. I could be wrong, but I swear that was the coach suggestions was to go for it. I don't know exactly why in that situation, but
Yeah. Well,
nonetheless.
144, one thing that you don't want is to give this ball back to Kansas State by a turnover or a quick 3 and out, as they're going to hand to Watson. Isaac Brown hasn't been able to get going, and Duke Watson says, let me do it. First carry of the day for him, a 13-yard gain and a first down for Louisville.
Louisville's got plenty of time left, all 3 timeouts, so go down. I think at minimum you got to get a field goal here to make it a 7-point game.
Moss going to drop back. He hits the man that was in motion, Stewart, the tight end. He gets a first down, gets across the 50 down to the 47.
I like that. Very, very quick read right there. He saw that nobody was going with the tight end on that little flat route, and he just got it right out and got the quick first down, got out of bounds.
.117 to go here. Now they're running 2-back formation yet again. Moss Dropping back, looking, got a man in his face, and another intentional grounding. This one might be worse than the last one, as that's going to put him back to the 40.
Yeah, the strength of this Kansas State defense is their defensive line. They do a really good job getting after the quarterback, but I've never been a fan of the two-back sets in the backfield like that.
Going over the middle, Stewart makes the grab. Dangerous throw there. McIntosh was all over that.
Yeah, I think it's smart here. I think the right play is to wind it down. If you don't get this, then he doesn't have much time to work with.
Yeah, so Moss gonna run this clock all the way down, snap it at 1. Dropping, looking, Moss throwing to Brown, and it's gonna fall incomplete. And you have to punt. I think you have to punt.
Yes, have to.
I think it's.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't have to punt because you're on his side of the 50. But I'm saying, like, you have to punt. Like, that would be the smart decision to do.
I think I might go for this. I might line up, see if you like your look, and then I take a timeout.
Punt team will come out after some deliberation in between the Louisville coaching staff.
I mean,
I think that's the right move. I just would hate to give him this field position. So the punt is up, and we'll see if it has some backspin on it. Looks like it's going to land at the 4, and it does. Going to get him down to the 15, so about a 5-yard difference than if he just let it roll into the end zone.
All right.
And with 16 seconds left, you got to have somebody back deep. You got to have some safeties. If he wants to take a little short route, let him take a little short route.
We got to have no funny business here from Louisville.
No, none, not at all.
On the contrary, Kansas State has thrown 2 picks so far. You would hate to make it 3. And a flag is going to be thrown for delay of game, pushing back to the 10. What do you think? Do you think it'd be smart for Louisville to maybe send some form of pressure?
No.
No.
I'm not.
Well, they're certainly
not
showing it. They do have 2 deep safeties back. Oakley in motion, dropping back. He's looking to Tibbs. Can he get out of bounds? I guess he doesn't have to because he has the timeout. 9 seconds left. Gain of 21. That's what the doctor ordered for the Wildcats.
Show that same look again, and it's one-on-one. Yeah.
Stacked out to his right. Rolling is Johnson. He's gonna throw to Dylan Edwards. Does he get down? He does.
Oh my gosh!
With 1 second to go.
Oh my goodness!
What smart clock management by Dylan Edwards. And he calls timeout. He did not like that look at the field goal, although he will line back up to kick it anyway.
Louisville should call a timeout here.
45-yarder on the way and good. Electric.
That was a steal. Absolutely just stole those points.
That's crazy.
There's no chance those 3 points are going to come back to haunt Louisville at the end of the game, right?
No, surely not. Well, they hold a 1-point lead, but they're giving the ball back to Avery Johnson, who has seemingly found his rhythm these last 2 drives. It's not what you wanted.
And we're going to throw it down to the sideline to Always Joker. Say something interesting.
I mean, I've just been watching the game from high above, and I've seen Louisville in so many situations that I think you just can't keep your gotta keep Kansas State on the pressure.
Well, this is not the start they wanted. 1-on-1, and Edwards makes them pay a 24-yard gain to start off the half.
Man, it's so tough because
throws hard hit. Tibbs hangs on through the contact.
I think Kansas State was, the favorite for everybody, and I don't think Louisville could have asked for a better half from them. They just didn't execute well enough, and it's only a 1-point game.
Didn't execute good enough there. Avery Johnson. He's going to take off, and he's going to get the hit stick out of bounds for a gain of 4, does not fumble there, which is crucial. So here's the thing about the rules in HPL. You cannot take a sack here if you're Avery Johnson. You don't want to get put in a position where you have to punt the football
This
from
is
this spot.
dangerous look by Louisville.
It
This
is a dangerous look. No deep safeties, praying
Got
and
him.
hoping. And
it's
that's
way
a
up.
bad throw.
But he dropped
Edwards
it.
appeared to have it. And they're going to go
Oh.
hurry up here on 4th and 3. No hesitation from the Kansas State head coach. He wants his offense still on this field. He's going to snap it. Quick throw. Avery Johnson going to get hung up.
Oh,
He gets
my
hit.
But it's hurt.
Oh,
He's hurt.
my goodness.
He's
We have
hurt.
Avery Johnson does get the first down. He is shaken up.
Oh, he is
And
hurt.
it will
Where's Blake
be-
Barnett? This is not Blake Barnett.
Knuth here is the quarterback for Kansas State. We'll see if he has the same ability as Johnson. He does have the ability to just make a quick throw to Edwards, breaking tackles down to the 27. On a bruised rib, so he will return soon. But something to watch here. The health of Avery Johnson. How many more hits can he take? There's a 4:07 left in the third quarter. That is just the bread and butter of the offense. Gain of 6 on the play.
I mean, all right, Dylan Edwards is just always open. It seems like. It feels like that's like the first read for Electric every single time is where's Dylan Edwards? What's his matchup? I'm going to him. There he is
And
again.
he is wide open. He takes a WWE type hit
Oh, man.
down at the 1.
Lucky to
And
hang
the
on to that
clock will continue to roll. Now Johnson with a
Oh.
cut. He gets stopped short again. And they're going to run hurry up yet again. Dropping back is Johnson.
Edwards
He
was taken
is
in.
looking.
Oh,
he's going to take it off. Touchdown,
The greatest
Kansas
man.
State.
Do they go for 2 here?
I think you do. I think you have to here.
Should we remind everybody of Kansas State's IRL record? That should really be 0 wins this year.
The legendary final drive against North Dakota.
Got
Johnson.
R1 open.
Oh my goodness, what a cut from Avery Johnson. It's a 7-point lead for the Wildcats.
You're only going to hold him down for so long, you know? And Louisville did a great job in the first half limiting a lot of the action, got a couple of big turnovers, but, you know, didn't make him pay for it. And right here is, I mean, it feels like pretty much the game is on the line with this drive. Louisville needs to go down, score a touchdown, put some pressure back on Kansas State.
Yeah, they do. I'd imagine that face cam is not a very happy sight for DJ and all his homies watching back at his local school. I'm not going to say it on YouTube. That's a little too far. 1st and 10 for the Cards.
Please don't. Please don't.
And Jake playing police. So 1st and 10. Moss going to drop back to throw yet again. He's going to scramble. Louisville has a look of their own, but the playmaker just is not the same. Oh, we have a pause.
Keep it past. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh,
Oh, so we got a bathroom break. So,
Bathroom break here, yeah.
he's
so
nervous.
while
I think this is just the perfect time to interview the Louisville head coach, right? DJ, we got a copy. Try channel 2 here. Hey, DeJuan McMurray.
Joker talking big and bad like I wouldn't beat him by 74 plus.
Oh, a little defensive.
Oh.
I'm actually going to be on his side. But you know what? When we blow a 10-0 lead and give up 17 straight, maybe we don't deserve the game, right?
I do believe this will be a great opportunity to talk about the other sides, which will be Alabama and Oregon. A lot to look forward to in that game, remember, right, Hill State?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking analysis, I think it's Bama by 50.
Okay, I'm good now.
So
Okay.
we just
He didn't
hate
wash his
turf?
hands.
Is that the thing? We just don't like turf?
Well, I mean, he's been in the media talking about some Clemson this, Clemson that. He's had our name in his
Oh,
mouth
okay.
for
So
quite
it's
a
personal.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
yeah. He
very
just
Made
personal.
it
messed
farther than
around.
Clemson.
And
Oh my God.
Oh my
man,
gosh.
Stewart
He almost
will
stepped out of
not
bounds.
step out. Touchdown, Louisville.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. One
He's here.
play,
The
and
GOAT
they're an
Miller
extra
Moss is
point away
here.
from tying this game. And now Louisville's coach
Remember
getting
his
on the mic,
name.
letting
Remember
us
his
know
goddamn
about
name.
it. Both of these, and
okay.
here, yes, the passion, the pageantry,
The witchcraft.
the witchcraft. And that will tie this game. Just what the doctor ordered.
Don't miss.
Seems like Electric left his defensive play call sheet in the bathroom, didn't pick it up, and it cost him there.
Uh-oh.
Although he has a shot of his own, Brown makes
He's
the
better.
grab. And now a Louisville linebacker will jog to the sideline like he's got something stuck up his rear as he took a hard hit and that last play. Now we're going to draw up a whole new concept. O'Reilly Tibbs. He makes a man miss. Down to the 26-yard line. A lot of bruised ribs in today's game. For some
Yeah.
reason.
That's a good question right there.
At least
That's
it's
good
not a lot
thinking.
of bruised necks.
Yeah, that is true. Johnson going to shift Brown out to the right. He misses him! Avery Johnson misses a wide open Jace Brown. That would have no doubt been a first down, probably a touchdown. Just airballs him. And KU is inviting PGA to a game/app. I think it's about time for the round 2 of season 2 of the golf tournament. As Brown gonna take the hit and he hangs on.
Yeah, that was very close. I ain't gonna lie there.
3rd down and 6. Avery Johnson, a little banged up. Louisville shows blitz here. Double mug look for the Cards. They do send pressure. Johnson, he is going to get hit as he throws. Bring up 4th and 6. The field goal unit is most likely heading out onto the field. And
this is gonna
Louisville
be
comes up with a big
interesting.
stop.
This is gonna be an interesting field goal
It's
here.
moving pretty fast.
It is. He will. And he
Bang!
sneaks it into the bottom left corner. Kansas State regains a 3-point lead, but if you're Louisville, that is A-okay with you. So, biggest drive of the season, no doubt, for Louisville right here. You need to answer.
Moss
gonna throw to Watson. Watson making a man. He puts the ball on the turf. Payne has it.
Oh my god.
Do you dare challenge it? I don't think you have a choice. I think the flag's got to come out. Why are the Louisville kids celebrating? What is going on? They're throwing up Kansas State's gang sign. I don't know what's happening. No challenge flag. And with that snap, it is official. And the pass is knocked away. This is insane.
I don't understand why they couldn't have challenged it. That would have been the opportunity to get the ball back.
Does anybody have
Man.
any idea what just happened?
I have no idea. I'm speechless.
Uh-oh. Johnson. Avery, good open field tackle. Bring up 3rd and 5.
I have to get out of here, folks. It's been a pleasure. I hope the end of the game is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just me and Jake to take you to the end of this one. Avery Johnson trying to take a multiple score lead here. He will drop back. He's in trouble. He's gonna throw it! Knocked away, incomplete! And with no hesitation, they will go for this on 4th and 5.
I think you gotta take your 3 here.
I mean, I would tend to agree with Joker, but nevertheless, Avery Johnson, he's going deep to the other team, picked off by Ague.
Oh my goodness, guys.
Justin Ague probably would have been better off if he'd just knocked it down to the turf. But who are you to tell the kid Isaac Brown makes the grab?
That's a very risky throw. That was a very risky throw.
I'm not quite sure what we're doing running speed option with Miller Moss, but you know what? It is what it is.
I don't think we hike this ball.
No, but the point of do it anyways.
Okay.
And that will call the end of the third quarter. Put your 4s up, ladies and gentlemen. We have a 3-point game to determine who goes to the Natty.
Now, I mean, obviously this is kind of does Louisville try and make this the final play? They have a long way to go, or do you think they just try and play this out?
I think you just play this out. What in the
Oh
world?
my God!
What in the world? Another example of just bad play calling, but better players on the field.
Just witchcraft.
Duke Watson gets a first down. I am not quite sure what we are doing, delaying handoffs with Miller Moss that close to the goal line.
Oh my goodness.
Miller Moss throws to Chris Bell, the first reception for the Mississippi native so far this game.
And to me, I just think with the way the clock is kind of moving, already about to be under 4 minutes or 5 minutes, I think you got to consider making this the last play of the drive.
Isaac Brown on the handoff, gets stopped 1 yard short. We know QB sneaks are basically ineffective at this point in the game. And I just don't think that's an option.
I just think I think he has to chew clock here.
I think you get this first down first, and then you chew clock. Moss, motion, blitz.
No,
Stewart
flag.
doesn't hang on, flag on the play,
Flag.
and it is pass
Interference.
interference on the safety. First down, Louisville.
I just think you gotta, now that you got 4 minutes left, if you give the Electric the ball with 2 minutes left or more, he's gonna win the game. Unless you score
And
here.
there goes Isaac Brown. He has been held all game long, and Isaac Brown gonna get caught at the 10.
And I think that hurts Louisville more than it. I think that hurts Louisville a lot.
Well, I don't think they will be complaining much. Isaac Brown been held to negative rushing yards so far. Just can't make a stupid play. Watson on the screen pass, fighting down towards the goal line. Gets ruled down at the 1.
Man, this has been one heck of a game.
You gotta
And
score
now,
pretty quickly.
goal
here
line
before-
formation for Miller Moss. It'll be a QB sneak. It actually kind of works. He gets down short of the line to gain, though.
I think he's taking too much time here.
I don't disagree with you.
I think I would have been in hurry up. I mean, probably you don't want to be back in that same play, but you want to try and get this in as quickly as possible.
Need to punch this football in, I think.
Gotta be
Dropping
quick,
back
don't throw a
Moss.
pick.
They
Do not throw a
showed
pick.
blitz. Moss. Will he get into the end zone? Touchdown, Louisville. And the biggest drive, they go 95 yards to take the lead in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl.
And now, to me, this sets up Louisville. I think this sets up Louisville in a really good spot. If they get a stop, they can chew clock. If they don't, Electric's not going to take 4 minutes to score the football here. Whether it's a field goal, he probably won't go for a field goal. Or
He's not. Your field goal kicker does not exist if you're Kansas State on this drive.
I think this kind of sets Louisville up to have the ball to win the game without Kansas State having a chance to counter.
Now Edwards, seeing if he can break out. He has been held to relatively nothing on the ground, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. Getting late in the game, clock ticking under 3:30. Johnson calling some audibles. Avery Johnson has some pressure, wide open down the field. Tibbs is the victim of another big hit, but he hangs on. 6 catches, 113 for the junior receiver, and another impressive throw by Avery Johnson off of his back foot.
And now Kansas State chewing a little clock here.
That's the right read for Louisville. Gain of 3.
And now now Louisville's going to have to consider using some, not now, obviously, but I think maybe a timeout or two here. I don't think
we'll see if he snaps this football to take us to the 2-minute warning. It seems like that is the case. 2-minute warning. Kansas State standing 45 yards between a shot at their first national championship and their season being over. Louisville trying to return back to the Natty for the first time since season 1 in HPL 25. Johnson, hands off to Edwards. He's got a burst of speed. Edwards going to get a first down.
Under 2 minutes. I think if you're Kansas State, you take off the chew clock. You kind of let this play a little bit normally and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, chew clock is off now. Kansas State looking to preserve a little bit of time.
Got to get some sort of stop here if you're Louisville. You've gotten 2 picks before. Can you do it now?
Now they're going to let the clock wind itself down here. Johnson dropping back over the middle to Tibbs again. He's going to try to fall, and that is also a dangerous game. I've seen too many fumbles happen like that. Trying to preserve his wear and tear, and with 1:15 to go, Kansas State now down to the 23. Johnson going to drop back, tight end over the middle. Oakley pushed out of bounds, gain of 2 on the play.
And if you're Louisville, there's nothing you could do. You just have to play good defense. You have to make sure the reads are right. You're going to have to make sure you limit Dylan Edwards to not get open in open space.
2nd and 8. Louisville sending a blitz towards Avery Johnson. There is his signature. He's going to throw it away, and he's hurt again. Holding his ribs. Johnson is down in the turf, and the backup quarterback is going to come onto the field.
Is he? He is.
It is Blake Barnett.
You have to get to this quarterback. Make sure he makes a big play.
Pressure, sending Edwards over the middle. He will be held 4 yards.
Do you call timeout if you're
They're going hurry up. Yep, timeout Louisville.
I like that call.
Oh my God, come on.
I don't like that call because of that right there. Moment. Avery Johnson will come back into this game.
Come on.
I don't think I agree with that call to take a timeout there. I don't know why Louisville's mic is on.
Let's go.
I don't know why DJ's mic is on. Please mute your mic. 4th and 4. Avery Johnson back into the game.
Oh, gotta be man coverage all around, right?
I think they see blitz. Dropping back.
Does he
he's incomplete! Avery Johnson beaten battered. He doesn't get the man.
No fucking way. No way. No way. Come on, we're first down away. Come on. Come the fuck on.
Why is his mic on? Why?
I don't understand it.
Why?
You do not throw this football.
No, I think that this is a run-heavy offense. Isaac Brown with a burst of speed. 1 tackle away, and a season-saving tackle there by Stufflebean. It sounds so weird to say that with the game line.
We are requesting both coaches to not say another word until the clock says 0-0.
Hand off to Brown again. Good blocks. He's going to get stopped 2 yards short. 3rd and 2. This is the last chance for Kansas State. The James Harden allegations, the Chris Paul allegations, all of the stuff coming back to bite him here. He has to get a stop here. 3rd and 2. Moss dropping back, looking. Moss over the middle, caught by Isaac Brown last time out, and that is ball game. DJ is going back to the national championship. They have upset the undefeated Kansas State Wildcats and will play the winner of Alabama-Oregon. Unbelievable scenes here in the Fiesta Bowl.
What a game.
Oh my goodness.
And that's just a good game from both coaches, but we
is unbelievable. And here comes the pictures of James Harden, the Chris Pauls. Oh my goodness. DJ's playing for a national championship again.
Oh my God, we're going to the Natty, boys! Come on! Come on!
There's no way we're staging a locker room celebration.
Yes. Let's freaking go!
DeJuan, now you can finally talk.
I'm sorry. Holy hell.
Oh
my God.
Okay, hell ain't holy. Alright, let's go into the questions. I'm sure that we're gonna have plenty for Kansas State as well. And Pablo Escobar wins his bet. Unbelievable.
There was a bet?
There was a bet. $20 will be deposited to Pablo Escobar's account via the Heredia God. This is insane. DJ, you have pulled quite a big upset. Kansas State still is never made a national championship game in HPL. Louisville's going to their second one. What's the thoughts and the feelings?
Oh my God, I'm so proud of this team. I mean, I'm shaking right now. I mean, I was not expecting to win this game. Everybody was writing me off saying that I'm going to get BTA because I choked a 27-point lead in the quarterfinals. But you know what? You learn from your mistakes. You go out on that field and you execute. You don't get nervous. You play your ass off on every single play, and that's what we did today. You know, we earned this win. We talk about how he has one of the most unstoppable offenses in the league. You know, we had to be ready for it. We had to come up with a new scheme on offense because last game he was torching my offense. So, this is just a big win. I'm really glad that I'm going to my second national championship.
Yeah, it sounds like he's on the verge of tears. You see what it means to the kid. My next question before I open it up to the floor is actually about that. You know, you pick Avery Johnson off twice in the first half there. Was that just something that was schemed on for the defense all week? You pick him off down near the goal line, and those two picks ended up being what wins you the game.
Well, my plan was, stop the run from Avery Johnson, stop the downfield throws. I mean, there were a few that slipped out, can't do nothing. He's just a better player when it comes to that. We just had to work our asses off all week just to try to stop Avery Johnson because he's a runner, he's a thrower, but we wanted to lean more on the running side because he likes to run a lot when nothing's open. So we just had to find a way to contain him, just do what we needed to do.
Yeah, all right, well, let's open up the floor to questions for DJ.
Jake?
All right, so first of all, DJ, I want to say congratulations, and of course, my first question to you is, what's going through your mind after defeating a tough opponent like Electric Days, knowing full well that you played tremendous both offensively and defensively?
Hold on, say that again. I wasn't paying attention. Hold on.
Oh.
As I was saying, first of all, congratulations. I hope you heard that. Second of all, what's going through your mind at the moment after defeating a tremendous opponent like Electric Days, and especially if you did very well both offensively and defensively?
Well, I said it in the Ohio State press conference. I said that in my mind, I can beat anybody. And you know what? That stuck to me. I'm not scared to play anybody because I know their situation. You just got to come on the field. You got to prove your worth. You got to just step on the field, just say, I'm not nervous. Let's just play some ball. Being a guy like that, especially a rival, because he is my rival now. It's a new rival, so we're 1-1 in this rivalry now. So, when you step on the field and you play a tough opponent like this, you just got to be confident. You can't just write yourself out as soon as you step on the field. You just got to have confidence. You got to just play the game. Don't worry about what anybody else says. Just play your game, do what you need to do, and you never know. You might be able to execute and come out with a win.
All right, and of course, another thing too is how close of an eye we're going to be keeping as far as that big Oregon and Alabama game.
Well, obviously, congratulations to those two for making it. Alabama, that's a team I played earlier in the season. Him and Electric play like pretty much identically. I think DBJ has a tougher defense, no offense, but I think what we're going to be looking for in that game, just the toughness, because in my opinion, I think Alabama's going to win that game. I think what's going to take is just watch film. Just watch film, break it down, see what needs to be done, because I know I can beat him. Electric's beating him. Pablo's beating him. I think Jocko beat him one time as well. So there's been a lot of people that's beaten DBJ. I know he can be beat. I'm not counting myself out at all. I know I can do this. But yeah, it's going to be a big game. So.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All
Is there? I guess if we don't have any more questions, we can throw it over to.
We have a question.
Oh, Joker has a question. Okay.
We talk about the losing to the Electric consecutively. How does it feel this time on the big stage to finally achieve that? Maybe we'll try channel 2 here.
You say something?
Hey, Mikey is Mikey.
I didn't hear. I'm being serious. I could not hear your mic at all. Like it was literally cutting in and out.
We talked about you losing to Electric numerous of times before. How does it feel this time to win on the big stage?
Well, me and Electric have played so many games in both 25 and 26. You get a win like this because, I came in, I was like, hey, I've been here before. It's just been a while since we made it. And I'm playing a tough opponent. So, in my mind, I was just like, we've been here before, so you just got to act natural. But when you get a win like this over a guy that is not easy to beat by any means, you have every right to celebrate. And for those who think that I'm crying, I'm not. I'm like shaking right now. I mean, I can't tell you like how happy I am and how hard I worked to come out here and get this win because it means so much to my team. It means so much to this university. It means so much to get my second national championship appearance. But I'm so glad that I'm back in it for the first time in a while. Oh, shit, I choked it. First time in a while.
Oh, shoot, I choked. Well, we're going to go over to...
Perfect.
Oh, don't say that. He's going to come in here pissed. We got to talk to Electric Days, the losing head coach of the Fiesta Bowl. Disappointing result for you today. There's a lot of trolling and ha-ha and kikiing at your expense. How do you turn this around and get to a national championship game from here?
I don't really know. I mean, but that's what it is. Very, very like sad loss. Uh, just gotta play better. There's a lot of plays that we did, like the Jace Brown pick. If he would have jumped for the ball, that's a touchdown. But we can't really reflect on what it is. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I don't really care about people trolling me. I mean, they've been doing that ever since I joined into the league and say I'm one of the best players. So, I mean, that's what comes with it. Trolling and a bunch of other people just hating on you for no reason. So, understand how other people feel about, everything getting to you. And, yeah, that's just what it is. That's life.
Okay. Yeah, you talked to me about Avery Johnson, going out there, putting his body on the line, gets injured twice. Do you think that had anything to do with him missing that throw on that critical fourth down?
Yeah, man. Apparently, me as a human being that's playing a video game is supposed to get into the game and throw the ball, and everybody's just gonna taunt me for that. So go ahead, make fun of me. Might as well. Yeah, Avery Johnson missing that out throw that he did multiple times. It is what it is. It happens. Players do that. You're not expected your player to always go out there and do 100%. I messed up. Avery messed up. He got hurt 2 times. What more do I want from the guy? He's a great person.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a question for Electric. I mean, I know this was a very tough loss, but how are you going to bounce back from this after the tremendous season that you've had?
Yeah, man. Just once again going 14-0. Great once again. I love it. Just the team. We just need. It's not even just experience. We already have the experience of being in the playoff atmosphere and knowing how it is to play. It's just getting better at play calling. When I'm watching other people play, I need to learn more from them and seeing what I need to do in order to win the game. Um, really pissed off, or really just really sad because of what I just done. So
Yeah.
bounce back from next season is just take it one game at a time, and when we hit playoffs, is same thing. Take it one game at a time.
Yeah, one thing I will say is congratulations on the season you've had, and I look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it so much.
All right, Joker.
Uh, how does beating USC? I'm kidding. I mean, yeah. What will be the kind of the process for next year? I'm not too sure how the Dylan Edwards, the Avery Johnson, the Joe
Yeah,
Jackson transfer comes. Will they be there next year, or what's kind of the game plan with that?
yeah. I was about to say with these players, most of my 80 overalls are going to leave me. So, they can't stay here all 4 years. They got to go to the NFL. I'm for sure. I did multiple dynasties and everything with Avery and them. They all leave to go to the NFL. So it is what it is. Just gotta hope next year we can, move on and do better. We have a lot of good people that's coming in, a lot of 4 stars, 5 star, no, not 5 star, but a lot of 4 star, 3 stars, people that's coming in and substituting in the place. Blake Barnett did what he could when Avery was hurt. He is going to be my starting QB for next year, and I mean, Avery's going to graduate, so I hope the best for him in the NFL. Dylan Edwards, I'm for sure he stays. So hopefully we see him next year, and everybody else probably gonna graduate. Sorry I couldn't get them a championship. I tried my very hardest. We make mistakes so much, but at the end of the day, I'm only human. So
All right. Um, just just a sad deal for the Kansas State faithful. Yeah, but I reckon that will wrap up the broadcast here. Thank you to KU, Joker, and Shake for helping me out with this one. And I, once again, I want to keep our thoughts and prayers with the Charlie Kirk situation and the school in Colorado, and also those who are dealing with the aftermath of 9/11 tomorrow. Our prayers are with you all in your time of mourning. And thank you all for watching the Hennessy Performance League Peach Bowl, the other semifinal matchup between the Oregon Ducks and the Alabama Crimson Tide, coming to you soon. So be on the lookout for that, as we are 2 games away from crowning the first ever CFB 26 national champion. So I'm Hell State, and I'm signing off of this
Oh
broadcast.
my God.